Hello, everyone. My name is Luis Pereira, and I'm gonna talk about the negative things of social in India. And one of the characteristics of the Indian population is the youth. The average of age is around 28 years. If we compare that with others countries such as the European Union or the European Union, they have an average of around 40 years. So it's a very it's a really good difference. And one of the factors of the increasing of the population in India is because the young women and the young men, they don't use like contra- contra- contractive methods, so that doesn't so that like they don't help to reduce the amount of children like they come in India. And some families they use different things about that. So now I'm gonna talk about unfair system. So the Indian population, they organized by the caste system that is ordered by by two by two kind of different groups, such as the privileged caste and the lower caste. And the privileged caste has the benefits to get education and to get good jobs, so they have a good benefits. The lower caste, they don't have a lot of privilege, because like the hierarchical, they discriminate them. But in 1949, the the constitution um ab- avoid that avoid for that cases, so anybody from India can or belong with one of the other. But however, more of the Indians, they in the rural areas, they are still deeply that. Now I'm gonna talk about the code. What is this? Now I'm gonna talk about the gender equality. So in India, they have a lot of discrimination for the woman. More than the 70% of women are abused, and every 7 minutes, it, there's some kind of violence of each of them. And the aggressor is enjoyed it, that because they in India they don't do anything to avoid that, so they continue doing. So that is really bad in India. and and they discriminate the woman. And the other thing is like when they have the menstruation, they they try to be away with the woman, because they don't consider that is a good thing. So when the woman has their period, they um they let the woman be a way of them, of the population. So okay, now I'm gonna talk about the food security. As we know, in India, they India is one of the main export countries in the world. They export rice and stable food, and but in India, many children, they are hungry and they are starving. So they don't have enough source, enough food to feed them. So many children, they died for these things, and they get like diseases, like chronic diseases that affect our children. If they don't control that, in the future they will have a lot of, like, millions of dead diets, and that is going to affect the country. So we know, like, India doesn't have a good economic, and so that is really bad for them, for those children, and for the people there. They die for that reasons, for the desnutrition and bad alimentation, and for bad things. So no, it's really bad. So in conclusion, the negative effects for the economic, social, and political things in India, like the government, like the country is doesn't growing up, and that that affect the country really bad. Like I mentioned before, like the caste system, is that is something it affect that country. So, and they have a lot of corruption there, for so they cannot, like, growing up in their economic side. So that is a big problem in India. They have a lot of corruption there. In that country is very. So now I'm gonna this is the work side, like this is our sources, like we get the whole information to make this presentation. And yeah, so thank you so much.